Hello everyone, we're doing the weekend forecast today. Going to have a detailed look at weather for the next 7 days across the British Isles. We've got some pretty mild weather coming up in the coming week. Temperatures have got back up to where they should be after the long, cold, freezing cold weather that we had during March. The long, cold winter has finally relented its grip now, I think, and we're on into a much more seasonal type pattern, really, with Atlantic-dominated weather taking control. And that means that temperatures, as I say, have lifted up. We've also got unsettled weather coming up at times, particularly in the north and west. Don't think there's going to be too much rain down in the south and east, and we'll get best of temperatures down there as well. So not a bad week at all, really, coming up across southern and southeastern parts of the country, but always more unsettled in the north and west. We'll have a look at all the detail in a moment. Before I go on with the video, I'll talk about the advertising that usually be video ads on my web pages at GazWeatherVids.com. Please play those the ads. You'll be supporting GazWeatherVids.com by doing that. Also want to make sure websites we're using for the video. Got radar pitch coming from the UK Met Office, and we've also got charts from weathercentral.de and weatheroutlook.com. All three of those websites can be found on my links page. So this is the current radar picture. We've got heavy rain here developing across southern parts of the country, moving in along the south coast, pushing up into parts of South Wales and through Ireland as well. That's the area of low pressure that's developing in the Atlantic, and it's bringing a warm front across the country. So that's going to be the way of things through the day, really, with this area of heavy rain across southern and southwestern parts of the country, moving northwards and eastwards. This is the pressure chart for today. I've got this very deep area of low pressure out in the Atlantic. It's hard to see what the central pressure of that is, but I think it's about 955 millibars, a really deep area of low pressure, and that's pushing a warm front, as I say, northwards and eastwards across the country. And behind that warm front, we're introducing this very mild southwesterly to southerly wind, and that's going to bring some really high temperatures for the time of year into the far southeast of the country through the course of tomorrow. But for Saturday, we're looking at an area of heavy rain developing across Ireland, England and Wales, pushing up from the south through the course of the day. I think all areas will get a spell of really wet weather, but the heaviest rain probably always in the south and the west. Scotland and North East England probably staying mainly dry through daylight hours, but that rain will arrive into southwestern Scotland by the end of the afternoon. Tightly packed ice bars here, so it's going to be windy, it's going to be wet and windy, really, particularly for England and Wales. And out in the west, I think most of these winds will eventually be reaching gale force by the end of the afternoon across some exposed western and southern hills and coasts. Now, it's going to be quite a mild day today, despite this rain pushing northwards and eastwards. Temperatures have lifted up towards the seasonal average, so we're going to be between around 7 and 14 degrees. 14 is 55 Fahrenheit, not feeling too bad at all. Through the night, the ice bars will tighten even further, if anything, so the winds will get even stronger through the course of tonight. The rain across England and Wales will tend to become light and patchy, but I think for Scotland and Northern Ireland, parts of northwest England, that rain will probably keep going all night, driven on by a strong to almost gale force southwesterly wind, so a really wet and windy night out in the north and the west of the country through the course of tonight. Could be some local flooding, actually, with the persistence of that rain in parts of Northern Ireland, parts of southwestern Scotland as well. But elsewhere, to the east of high ground and across England and Wales, that rain will get light and patchy and fizzle out through the night. Although drizzly bits and pieces could keep going almost anywhere, but particularly around southern and west coast. It's going to be a very mild night tonight. Temperatures just 5 to 10 degrees. 10 is 50 Fahrenheit, a really warm night down in the south and the southwest. Now, as we go into Sunday, we've got a bit of a battle going on, really, with high pressure across the continent, low pressure, very deep area of low pressure out in the Atlantic. We're trying to bring a cold front down across the country, but it's a slow process, and it means that for the southeast, we're in that envelope of warm air in the warm sector, and with skies brightening, potential will be there for some really quite high temperatures indeed through the course of Sunday afternoon. But for Scotland and Northern Ireland, we'll start Sunday again on a very wet and windy note. Gale force winds in places, heavy driving rain, very unpleasant tomorrow morning across Scotland and Northern Ireland. That's on the cold front. It'll push southwards into northern England, North Wales and the Midlands eventually through the course of Sunday afternoon. Probably not arriving in the Midlands until late on in the afternoon. And it'll be tending to get lighter and more patchier as well, that rain, through the course of the afternoon. For Scotland and Northern Ireland, as that rain clears, it'll brighten up with sunshine and showers coming through. But down in the south and the southeast, that's where we've got the skies brightening after a cloudy start. And we're in the warm sector, so the temperatures really will shoot up once that sunshine comes out during the afternoon. So for East Anglia, central, southern, southeast England, we could well be looking at temperatures getting up to 16, 17, maybe 18 degrees tomorrow, as into the mid-60s Fahrenheit. And if that sunshine lasts for any length of time in the far southeast, won't rule out temperatures getting up to 20 degrees. That's 68 Fahrenheit. So really a taste of early summer in the southeast through the course of Sunday. That cold front will push across all parts of the country as a very weak feature on Sunday night. And then into Monday, we're in this very, very weak transient ridge of high pressure, really, ahead of this next area of low pressure developing in the Atlantic. So Monday, we're probably looking at a sunshine and showers sort of situation for the north and the west. Very few, if any, showers getting through to the south and the east. We've got a strong wind from the southwest, but it's quite a nice day, really, with good sunny spells ahead of those showers in the north and the west. Temperatures on Monday a little bit down, but still very pleasant for the time of year at around 8 to 15 Celsius. That low pressure has moved to the north of Scotland as we go into Tuesday. That'll take a band of cloud and rain, particularly for Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England. Not sure too much rain will get through across the rest of England and Wales. There we're likely to be seeing sunny spells through the morning, probably giving way to cloud and maybe some showery rain through the afternoon. But the wettest and windiest of the weather will be in the north around this area of low pressure. Could again have gale force winds through Scotland, maybe Northern Ireland and the far north of northern England as well. Temperatures again around 7 to 14 Celsius, about where we should be for the time of year. Not too bad at all. Into Wednesday, and the situation is getting more complicated through the middle and latter stages of the week. We've got this area of high pressure trying to build in the south, but it never truly settles down. We're running the jet stream through across the country. We'll be bringing weather systems through at times as well. So I think for England and Wales, again, we get the best of the dry and bright weather there with sunny spells. For the north, we're probably likely to be seeing showers or longer spells of rain, really, for Scotland and Northern Ireland. I can't really get much more detail than that. It's quite uncertain what's happening as we go through the middle stages of the week. For the funeral down in London, if you're interested in that, it's probably going to be mainly dry on Wednesday. As we go into Thursday, we're looking at high pressure there across central and eastern parts of the country, but again, it's an uncertain sort of pattern. It's quite a complicated pattern. Low pressure is in the west, and quite what's happening with these low pressure and high pressure areas, it really is difficult to pin it down and usually uncertain for the middle and latter stages of the week. I think again for central, southern, eastern parts of England and Wales, it's probably likely to be mainly dry on Thursday, with the showers and rain always in the northwest, particularly for Scotland and Northern Ireland. But beyond that, it is difficult to pin it down what's going on. As we go through to Friday, I think then the general trend is probably more towards turning it unsettled for all parts of the country. So showers or longer spells of rain probably extending in from the Atlantic, although the far south and southeast could again stay mainly dry through the course of Friday, with that showery rain probably not arriving until late on in the day. And then going into next weekend, again, the idea is really for high pressure to be somewhere around the south of the country, low pressure up to the northwest, so always more unsettled in the northwest, with the best of the dry and bright weather in the south and the east. Temperatures throughout this middle and latter stage of the week into the weekend tending to be around the seasonal normal, although probably sliding off, if anything, a little bit towards the end of the week, but generally around, say, 7 to 14 Celsius on many of the days. Having a look at the charts from the weather outlook, and we've got the rain coming into the southwest through the course of today. That'll be spreading northwards and eastwards through the course of the day, wet and windy across many parts of the country by the end of Saturday. Going into Sunday, there's the cold front there lying across Scotland, Northern Ireland in the morning, coming down into northern England, Wales and the southwest through the afternoon, into the Midlands too. But ahead of it in the southeast, we've got that burst of very warm temperatures with fairly reasonable sunny spells after a cloudy start. And to the northwest a bit, it turns brighter and showery. Temperatures taking a little bit of a dip. Into Monday, and we've got showers in the northwest, but many areas having a lot of dry weather on Monday. Quite strong winds from the southwest, but really quite a pleasant day, has to be said, with fairly reasonable sunny spells. And then Tuesday, well, we've got showers here going on across the country. The best of the dry and bright weather, this actually shows showers in the south, but I think the best of the dry and bright weather will be in the south, with the wettest, windiest weather in the north and the west. Through Wednesday, this is showing fairly good sunny spells across many parts of the country. I think it'll always be more unsettled in the north and west with the risk of those showers, but England and Wales not having too bad a day. For Thursday and into Friday as well, well, it's really showers or longer spells of rain, and it's very difficult then as we get through to the latter part of the week to pin down exactly what's going on with those showers, longer spells of rain. Beyond saying that for the north and west it'll always be more unsettled, the driest, brightest weather always, I think, to the south and the southeast, and temperatures around the seasonal average, so are not too bad at all. So in summary, the temperatures have lifted up and they're going to stay around normal or above normal throughout the coming week, so no problems with temperatures in the week ahead. A fairly unsettled, changeable sort of week, particularly for the north and west. Always the driest, brightest weather in the south and the east, and not too bad a week really at all, really, in the south and the southeast. But it's hard to pin that pattern down as we get to the latter stages. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.